What's the most disgusting thing your in-laws did to prove you weren't good enough for their family? When I was 24, I thought Jake's family was just old-fashioned. His mother Carol made comments about my unconventional job as a vet technician. His father Bob joked I was too independent for their son. They smiled when they said it, so I figured it was harmless. I should have noticed Carol's smile never reached her eyes. The first red flag came at our engagement dinner. Carol insisted on hosting at their country club. Membership cost more than my annual salary. Halfway through dinner, Carol stood with her champagne flute. "We're so thrilled Jake found someone," she announced to the dining room. "Even if she's not quite what we pictured." Everyone laughed politely. Jake squeezed my hand and whispered an apology. Things escalated after we moved in together. Carol would drop by unannounced when I was messiest. Post-workout, covered in dog hair or cleaning. She'd scan our apartment with disgust. "Oh, honey," she'd tell Jake, "are you sure this is how you want to live?" When we got engaged, Carol insisted on planning everything. "A wedding reflects the family," she'd say. My ideas were consistently rejected. Too cheap, too tacky, too unconventional. The breaking point came 2 weeks before the wedding. I was at the clinic when Jake called, his voice strange. "My mom wants to meet you for lunch," he said. "Says she has a surprise." Carol had chosen an upscale bistro where she was clearly a regular. She ordered wine at noon and critiqued the menu. "I have a proposition," she said, sliding an envelope across the table. Inside was a check for $50,000. "What's this for?" "For you to disappear," she said calmly. Jake deserves someone from his own background, someone who understands our standards. "You're offering me money to leave your son?" "I'm offering you more money than you'll see in 5 years at that animal clinic," she replied. "Take it. Find some blue-collar boy who appreciates your limitations." My hands shook as I picked up the check. For a moment, I considered it. $50,000 would pay off my student loans and give me a fresh start somewhere else. Then I remembered Jake's face when he'd proposed. How he'd told me I made him feel like himself for the first time in his life. I tore the check in half. "I'm not going anywhere," I said. Carol's mask finally slipped. "You gold-digging little bitch," she hissed. "You think Jake will choose you over his family? Over his inheritance?" "Let's find out," I replied, pulling out my phone. I'd been recording the entire conversation. That evening, I played the recording for Jake. His face went through about 17 different emotions before settling on fury. "She did what?" he said. "Your mother tried to buy me off," I said. "For 50 grand. Jake was quiet for a long time. Then he picked up his phone and dialed. "Mom? Cancel the wedding," he said when she answered. "We're eloping." "What?" "Jake, you can't." "Watch me," he said, and hung up. We flew to Vegas that weekend. Got married by an Elvis impersonator at a chapel that cost $200 and was perfect. Jake's sister Sarah came as our witness. She'd been waiting years for someone to stand up to their mother. When we got back, Carol had changed all the locks on Jake's trust fund and removed him from the family business. Bob threatened to disown him entirely. "Choose," Carol told him. "Her or us." Jake chose me without hesitation. 3 years later, we're living in a small house with a big yard for our 2 rescue dogs. Jake started his own consulting firm and discovered he's brilliant when not micromanaged by his father. I'm finishing my degree to become a veterinarian. Carol still sends holiday cards addressed only to Jake. The return address is always a law firm. Apparently, she's hoping we'll divorce so she can get her son back. Last month, she called Jake directly. "I hope you're happy," she said. "You gave up everything for that girl." "No, Mom," Jake replied. "I finally found everything." Then he hung up and kissed me while I was covered in dog hair.